Probstats, this is Dr. Callahan with week 14, Thursday. How are you guys doing? Go ahead and pause the video and answer the following questions. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started today on your guided notes. You will have a brand new packet, and keep in mind we will be skipping around just a little bit. All right, so here we go. The first part here, I want you guys to go ahead and name the vertices, the edges, and the loops. Pause the video and do that. Here are my edges, and the two loops, or just one loop, CC. So fairly simple. Next, example 1, explain why figure 13a and b shows an equivalent graph. And the reason for that is if you go from A, B, C, D. So A, B, B, C, C, D. This right here is your path. If you take a look over here, it also goes from A, B, B, C, C, D. It is exactly the same. Now that I did this one, I want you guys to try this one and show why these two are exactly the same. Show me the path. You can do this a multitude of ways. You can go ahead and do A, B, C, D, E. If you take a look at it, we're going to go from A to E. Or actually, I'm sorry. We're going to go to A to B. So here are the points. A to B. Then I'm going to go B to D. Skip over to D. Then B is going, or excuse me, A to B, B. Oh, you know what? Sorry. Let's read this one more time. I'm going to go from B, D, D to E, E to B, B to A, B to A, and then A to C, and then C to D. Oh, but unfortunately, it is not a path. So that's okay, though. So we're going to go from B to D, D to E, E goes back to B, then B to A jumps over to C, and then C to D. So the only misconnection here that I see is C and E, which is correct because there's no direct connection there. Okay, so then looking on this side over here, it is exactly the same. If you can trace it and go from B to D, D to E, E to B, B to A to C, and then C to D. There you go. It's exactly the same. All right, let's go and take a look at this part here. So we have the right bank. We have the right bank, and then we have the left bank, and then we have island 1 and island 2. So I'm going to have island IBA, island B. There we go. Okay. So then let's think of all the different passes that we can go to connect all of the land together going through the bridges. So from, that's R, that's L, there's A, and there's B. If I want to go from R to A, I have two paths, 1, 2, 1, 2. If I want to go from R to B, I have 1. If I want to go from B to L, I only have 1 right here. And then if I want to go from L to A, I have right here and I have right here. So there's 2. And there is your path. And then of course, if I want to go from A to B, I can go through like this. And that is my map. Now that I did this one, I want you guys to give this one a try on your own. Similarly, we can also do this by states as well. Okay, so take a look at the neighboring states. Vermont, New Hampshire, ME, is that Massachusetts? Rhode Island, Connecticut. No, that's, what is ME? I have Maine, that's what ME is. All right, so what are the different ways I can go through here? Let's see, if I were to go from Vermont, right here, I'm gonna put the dots here so that way I can see them. If I want to go to Vermont, I can go from Vermont to Maine. I can go from Maine to New Hampshire. New Hampshire to Massachusetts. Massachusetts and Rhode Island, Connecticut. Connecticut, I can go to Vermont. I can also go in between. I can do Connecticut to Massachusetts. I can do Massachusetts to Vermont. I can do Vermont to New Hampshire. And I think those are all. Oh, I actually could keep going. I could go from Maine to Massachusetts. Loop it around. I can go from Massachusetts to Rhode Island. And all these different paths so that you can go ahead and use. So yeah, that's kind of what my diagram looks like. So now what I want you guys to do is I want you to create a graph that models the bordering relationship among the 5 different states that you have here in this figure. So go ahead and give that a try. All right, example 4. Let's think about all the different ways that we can go through the doors that connect in between the different rooms, okay? So I have A, B, outside, C, D. All right, so from A, I can go to E. So A goes to E. From E, I can go to B. B, I can go to D. D, I can go to, whoops, this is the wrong one, hold on. Gotta connect the dots. So B goes to D, and then D goes to C. D goes to C. C can go back to A, but then I can also go outside. I can go from A this way to E. I can go from E, or I can actually go from A to B. And let's see, I can go from A, let's see, whichever the door, A outside to C. And I can go from D outside back to D, or C to D. And let's see, any other doors I have not used. I think that's about it. Or I could go from E all the way out to D. And I can connect, I think that's about it. So yeah. So now that I did that, I want you guys to do the same thing over here with this diagram of this room. All right, now let's go ahead and I'm gonna have you guys do the activity. So this is what I'm gonna do. I want you guys to list the Euler's path with the edges and also follow and draw the diagram as you're going to do with the 5 different things here. Let me make the correction on the drawing part. There we go. Okay, so looking at this part here, you're gonna list the edges. How are you gonna go from California to New York? So here is California, all the way to New York, which is right there, okay? So the edges, each state is represent an edge. So there are different paths I can go. I can go from California to Nevada. So California to Nevada. So I could do CA to NV. From Nevada, I can go to Utah. From Utah, I can go to Colorado. Colorado, I can go to Kansas. From Kansas, I can go to Arkansas. From Arkansas, I can go to Tennessee. From Tennessee, I can go to Kentucky. From Kentucky, I can go to West Virginia. From West Virginia, go to Pennsylvania. And then from Pennsylvania, boom, to New York. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is you're basically gonna draw this path. And now you can draw it however you want. You can do representing each of the path with a point and then draw your diagram. All right, so then after you do that, I want you to list the edges for Oregon to Florida, Nevada to Massachusetts, Texas to New Dakota, and then Wyoming to Washington to North Carolina. All right, guys, as always, have a wonderful week. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.